Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today we're talking about maybe the cutest new addition to Godzilla Battleline, and that is Chibi Godzilla. We thought the day might never come. We speculated that he might be a unit, and he's here. He's finally here after about a month's wait to see if he would actually join the game with the debut of his anime. He's here. Is he worth your time, though? That's the question we will be answering today. I think yes, because he is adorable, but we will obviously go into some more technical, jargon about if he's usable or not. Not just me being biased on how cute he is, because if I had him at level 50, he would be a must slot on my team. So, let's go over the basics of Chibi Godzilla before we get into anything technical or before I start insulting him or anything like that. Chibi Godzilla is the first first 2-star silver monster to join the game post-launch. He is also 2-cost. Is he the first 2-cost also to get added post-launch? I'm checking my game right now. I don't think so. Energy cost 2. No, because Giant Octopus is. How could I forget Giant Octopus? That's our boy. We love him. I'm sorry, Giant Octopus. I'm sorry. Okay? He's the second 2-cost to be added. But he's the second 2-star unit, silver unit, to be added to the game. The first was Dorats. It's kind of, I'm not a big fan that that's the case, but it is what it is. Now, as for his kit, let's see what we're working with here for his stats. He has a 3.6 second attack speed, which I think is the most detrimental part of his entire kit. He doesn't have a lot of health either. He's not, like, secretly tanky. He's not packing a ton of health in the back. He just doesn't have a lot, and his attack speed is pretty long. His attack speed, 3.6 seconds, it's much longer than Kumo's was. When Kumo launched was 3.2. This is 3.4, and arguably doing way less. There are even some bigger monsters that have attacks that are very similar, like Ultima's attack I think is like 3.2 or something like that, 3.3 now, but whatever. The attack speed being super long, not great. However, he has a meter system like Burning Godzilla where he will charge up. So without a meter, he does a little bit of damage. 1 bar meter, it's a little bit more. 2 bars, it's more. 4 bars is the max. However, for Chibi Godzilla, at 4 bars of meter, he then moves instead of his short-range fire breath attack to a long-range beam attack that actually can hit outside of certain leader ranges, like a G89. Anything with the G89 leader range, he can sit outside of and hit, which is actually really good. And I believe it has piercing. That's what I've been told. I haven't personally been able to get him to that bar. Okay? But I'm being told it has piercing. So if a unit stands in front of it, it's going to pierce. Okay? Love to see that. The problem is getting him to that bar. You can watch the footage on my screen, and you can see that he pretty much dies to anything in one shot. Now, I don't know if this is because at the end game, his health is still going to be really low. I suspect he's going to have pretty low health stats at higher levels as well, and maybe be like a Kamakuras who gets like 2-tapped, even my Kamakuras level 40, and sometimes they get knocked out in one hit, right? But those are bronze units. This is a silver unit. Maybe it's a little bit better. I don't really know. I don't think so. But, health isn't great, and that kind of brings the whole thing down. Because he has a really great kit, but the health being so low is a big negative. Additionally, okay, on death, Chibi Godzilla will grant your units a speed boost. Now, this is not terrible. This is a 15% speed boost. It's going to last for 10 seconds. It's a very short area, but you can see right there on the screen, I gave it to the Burning Godzilla. My Burning Godzilla died. So that's a 15% speed boost. I'm looking through my game real quick. I want to see what the regular Fire Rodan is. Also 15%. No. Fire Rodan is listed as 150%, so that should be 15%. Chibi Godzilla is listed as 115%. So this is a 15% buff. Fire Rodan is a 50% buff, so that's my bad. So he's giving a 15% speed buff when he dies to your characters, and that speed buff is going to proc pretty frequently. He's dying most of the time. So now that we broke down the kit and some of the stats, what do I think about him in practicality and on the field and stuff like that? I honestly don't think he's going to be super viable. He's definitely not going to be meta. I mean, out of the 2-star characters that have been added to the game, Chibi and the Dorats, I think that Chibi has a better place in the meta than the Dorats do, but he's still going to struggle. And a lot of us have him really low levels right now. However, when this video goes live, there's actually an event where you can log in every day and get gems or pieces for him. There are challenges that you can do, like special missions that are going to get you pieces, a lot of pieces for him. So if you do all those special missions, you're going to get him to at least level 10. And that's big. Okay, because getting basically you get this new unit for free and to level 10. He's not rentable this season, so it's not like we can check out what his stats would be like level 20 or something like that. He's probably not rentable because they give us so many pieces for him, especially with the new way that the pieces are, the new rent system is. I think he's fine. I think if you want to use him instead of the Kamacuras at a higher level, he probably will help your push more than a Kamacuras if you can get that bar, but it's not really, I don't know, I don't really think he's super good. He's just like all right. He's got like a fun gimmick, he's got a fun effect, he actually has a ton of different voice lines. He's one of the only characters with like a handful. The Evangelion units have a bunch of dialogue, but he also has a bunch. I'll play one for you. This is my favorite. I love it. He's great. The cute factor alone on him makes him like a must-have in my deck. I really do want to take him to 30. Unironically, I want to take him 30 as fast as possible because I want to see what his like close to the full potential could be. Because I don't think right now any players really have a good understanding of Chibi Godzilla or how to use him, because in ranked he's not doing too well because his levels are too low, and then in fixed, you know, the two-star units really struggle in fixed no matter what. I mean, except for like Mogera. So I want to see what like a level 30 or maybe level 40 Chibi's going to be doing. But I can say pretty certainly in the short term of the game, Chibi's probably not worth throwing on your team after you've done these challenges to get points for him. Obviously, throw him on your team, get the challenges done, get points for him, get him as high as you can, but then drop him, right? If you have him at a low level, I'll even say if he's 30 or under, he's probably going to be more of a detriment to your team than anything else. I've been using him all day trying to get footage of him for this. I've been using him for the challenges and stuff. And I feel like placing him is actively hindering my team. Because he's not super slow, but he's a little on the slower side, but he's not super slow. Before his beam attack, he has to get very close to the enemy to hit them with his fire breath. Look at him like redirecting before he can even get close to that Mephilas. He just gets dropped, right? He just gets absolutely blasted. So the fact that he has to get so close to characters, he has to get like, it takes him a million years to get there. His attack speed is super high for a two star. With his stats, his attack speed is very, very high. I don't think at the moment he's worth it. I think he would be a lot better maybe if they made his attack speed 3 seconds, or if they made it like 2.8 seconds or something like that. I think 3.6 is way too high, and I understand that it's high because they don't want him getting that bar up and then attacking from outside of leader range for 2 energy. But his damage isn't super incredible either, even after the 4th bar. Like, my Chibi Godzilla is level 10, and on his 4th bar, he's only doing 102 damage, and his base damage is 79. So it goes up considerably from where the base damage is, but it's not, like, a game breaker. This isn't, like, Ultraman we're talking about here, right? And even Manila had really long range, but really weak attack, but he had the range to compensate for the weak attack. This Godzilla has to be extremely close range. Okay, extremely close range to even get this attack off. Even his reach in the game says short, so actually he'll benefit from what, G21's leader buff or destroyers. So he's a really close range character. Okay, he's gonna hit like leaders, ground, aerial facilities. He's gonna hit everything, but he has to get way too close. He's almost suffering from the Mecha Godzilla syndrome, where he has a pretty nice kit, but he has to get way too close, and he doesn't have the health to support how close he has to get. So at the moment, I feel like he's a hindrance to the team. I think he is by far one of my favorite new characters to come to the game. He's a ton of fun. He is super cute. His event is awesome. It's by far one of the best, if not the best event we've gotten in Battleline, because not only are we getting pieces for him that get basically Chibi Godzilla level 10 for free. They're also giving us 2,000 gems, and that's not even including that random new login bonus calendar we've gotten. That's just his login calendar is going to get you like a ton of gems. So all around, I really do like Chibi Godzilla, but I don't recommend that you throw him on your team, especially if he's weaker. I'm curious to see what he's going to be like in the 30 range. I think he's just okay. I don't think he's necessary on a team. I don't think he's going to help with the meta. I think he can be a lot better, and he has potential, but at the moment, I'm really not, like, endorsing throwing him on the team, other than he's super cute. Because don't get me wrong. I'm not disappointed in the kid. I really like him, and I really like the kit. I just think that it's a little lackluster because you want, obviously, to combat the meta, or whatever the meta is right this season is kind of up in the air between, is it Flyers again, is it Bomb Squad again, is it Mechagodzilla's transformation, who knows. But Chibi ain't it, but he's extremely cute. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember...